I was lying on the couch, phone in hand, scrolling through Instagram like it was just another quiet evening. My thumb moved lazily across the screen, barely noticing the endless stream of filtered vacations, fake smiles, and meaningless captions. Then, in the middle of all that noise, I saw it. Her story. The screen lit up with her face, that same smile I used to think was mine alone. The caption burned into my eyes before my brain could process it. Upgrading to a real man. It was like someone had jammed an ice pick through my chest. My body went still, but my mind was a roaring storm. I just stared at it, the letters almost mocking me like they were daring me to react. The world around me disappeared. No sound, no movement. Just those words and the truth they carried. She wasn't subtle. She wasn't even trying to hide it. This was her way of letting me know I'd been replaced. No conversation, no explanation. Just a public broadcast to the world that she'd found someone better. I didn't smash my phone. I didn't type paragraphs full of rage. Instead, I felt something cold settle inside me, a strange kind of clarity. My thumbs moved almost on their own, the words forming with a calm I didn't know I was capable of. Congrats. One word, 7 letters. No punctuation except a single period. I sent it straight to her story, but I wasn't done. I went to our engagement album, the one we posted just 3 months ago, the one where she cried happy tears and told me I was her forever. I found my favorite photo of us, my hand resting gently on her waist, her looking up at me like she couldn't believe I was hers. And then I tagged him, the so-called real man, and I tagged his pregnant wife. I didn't rush it. I didn't fumble. I did it with deliberate care, like I was placing the final piece of a puzzle I'd been building without knowing it. Within minutes, my phone was vibrating nonstop. Notifications poured in like a flood. Her story view count shot up. My tagged post started catching comments faster than I could read them. I imagined her face when she saw the tags. The panic, the scramble, the realization that her private little game wasn't private anymore. I didn't smile. I didn't feel victory. I just sat there on the couch, staring at the screen, my pulse steady, my hands still. The sound of the fridge humming in the kitchen was the only thing breaking the silence. Inside, though, I could feel the ground shifting. Everything I thought I knew about her, about us, was collapsing in slow motion. Every memory we had together suddenly felt tainted, like someone had poured ink into a glass of clean water. I didn't know what would happen next. I didn't know what I wanted to happen next. All I knew was that she had made her choice the moment she posted that story, and I had made mine. Flashbacks hit me like waves I can't stop. Our first date, I remember every detail. She wore a deep blue dress, the kind that made her eyes look like they were holding secrets. She laughed easily, her hand brushing mine on the table, and for the first time in years, I felt like I was enough. Like I wasn't the guy people settled for, but the one they chose. She told me she liked how I saw people, how I noticed the little things. I thought that meant she saw me too. Back then, I didn't notice the subtle hooks she planted in me, the way she slowly pulled me away from friends. "They don't really get you like I do," she'd say with a soft smile. And I believed her. One by one, I stopped answering calls, skipped meetups, told myself I was just prioritizing the relationship. And then there was him. She introduced him one night at a small get-together. "This is just my friend," she said, her tone light, casual. I shook his hand, and he smiled like he knew something I didn't. I didn't think much of it at the time. Why would I? She held my hand the whole evening, kissed my cheek before we left. Now, replaying it in my head, every frame feels poisoned. I see the way her eyes lingered on him when she thought I wasn't looking. I hear the little inside jokes they shared, the ones I thought were harmless. I scroll through my mind like an old photo album, but every page is smudged now. Every smile she gave me feels rehearsed. Every "I love you" feels like it was just covering something else. My phone hasn't stopped buzzing since the moment I tagged her and him in those engagement photos. Friends are texting. "Dude, what happened? Is this real? Are you okay?" I answer in short bursts. "Yeah. Long story. Don't worry about it." It's not that I don't want to talk. It's that I don't even know what to say. How do you explain that you're standing in the ruins of something you thought was unshakable, and at the same time, you're the one who struck the match? Because here's the strange thing. In between the heartbreak and the humiliation, there's this thin thread of control running through me. She blindsided me, but I didn't spiral in the way she probably expected. I hit back, and I hit where it would hurt her the most, her image, her carefully built facade. That thought doesn't make me happy, but it does make me steady. I read one more text from a friend who says, "Man, you've got to tell me everything." I just put the phone face down on the couch. Not yet, maybe not ever. For now, I sit in the quiet, letting the memories play, letting the cracks in her smile show themselves. I'm starting to realize I didn't lose her tonight. I lost her a long time ago. I just didn't know it. By morning, the story has already taken on a life of its own. I wake up to over 50 missed calls and more messages than my phone can even preview. The tags I posted the night before have been screenshotted, reshared, and passed, around like wildfire. Some of them are from numbers I don't recognize. One of them I almost ignore, until I notice the name in the preview. It's her. Not my fiancé, the other her, his wife. When I answer, her voice is shaking so badly I can barely make out her words at first. I just wanted to say thank you," she stammers. There's a pause, like she's holding back tears. "I was about to move in with him. We were trying to make it work for the baby. I didn't know this was happening." Her voice cracks, and I can hear the weight in it. It's not just betrayal. It's the shattering of an entire future she thought she was building. For a second, my chest tightens. I didn't tag her to hurt her. She was just another casualty of my fiancé's perfect little game. "I'm sorry you had to find out like this," I say quietly. It's all I can offer. She thanks me again before hanging up, and I sit there for a long moment, phone still in my hand, staring at nothing. Then the other calls come. Her friends. The ones who used to post cute selfies with us and caption them "couple goals." Now, they're lighting up my phone with accusations. "Why would you do this to her? You didn't have to humiliate her like that. This is so low, even for you." The hypocrisy almost makes me laugh. She publicly humiliated me, called me less of a man, all while sleeping with someone else, someone married, someone expecting a child. And yet somehow, I'm the villain for telling the truth. I don't reply to them. Not because I can't think of a comeback, but because I've realized something. She's been running this game for months. I start piecing together her timeline. The weekend trips with her girls that suddenly make sense. The random late-night calls she took outside. The way she always changed the subject if I asked about her friend. It wasn't sloppy. It was calculated. She was balancing both of us, maybe even enjoying the power of knowing neither of us knew the other existed. Until now. The sadness I felt last night is different this morning. It's harder, sharper. And it's not about revenge in the way people think. I'm not sitting here plotting how to destroy her life. I already have, not by lying, not by inventing stories, but by simply letting the truth out into the daylight where everyone could see it. She built her whole image on being untouchable, on being the kind of person who could do anything and still look perfect. And now, I've pulled the mask off in front of everyone she wanted to impress. And the best part? I didn't even raise my voice. It happens in the middle of the afternoon. A pounding on my door, sharp, angry, relentless. I know it's her before I even get up. I take my time walking to the door, not because I want to provoke her, but because there's no urgency left in me. When I open it, she's standing there, breathing hard. Her face is flushed, hair messy, like she's been running her hands through it non-stop. Her eyes are wild, darting over my face like she's searching for the version of me she used to control. "What the hell is wrong with you?" she snaps before I can say a word. "Why would you do that? Why would you embarrass me like that?" Her voice is sharp, but there's a tremor in it. A small, almost imperceptible crack. I just lean against the doorframe, arms crossed, letting her words hang in the air. "You think this is funny?" she continues, stepping forward as if she owns the space between us. "You think you're some kind of hero for ruining my life?" I let out a slow breath. I think I just told the truth. Her mouth opens, ready to fire back, but I can see her falter. She's not used to this. Me, standing here, calm, unmoved. She thrives on control, on getting a reaction, but I'm not giving her one. "I was going to tell you anyway," she says suddenly, and I almost laugh. The desperation is bleeding into her tone now. I didn't want to hurt you." I shake my head slowly. "You didn't want to hurt me? You posted it to the world before you even spoke to me. You made your choice the second you hit share." She blinks at me, like she's trying to find the script she normally uses to flip situations around. I can see her cycling through excuses. "It was a joke, you misunderstood. We weren't working anyway." But none of them seem to fit now. The silence stretches between us. She shifts her weight, glancing at the floor, then back up at me. "You didn't have to tag her. You didn't have to drag other people into this. You dragged them in the moment you started sleeping with her husband," I say quietly. My voice isn't raised, but it hits her harder than shouting ever could. Her jaw tightens, and for the first time since she showed up, I see something flicker across her face. Not anger, not indignation, but fear. Not of me, but of the reality she can't spin away. Because in this moment she knows she's lost. Not just me, not just him, but the version of herself she's been selling to everyone else. Her voice is softer now, almost pleading. "We can fix this, right?" I don't answer. I just hold her gaze until she looks away. When she finally turns and walks down the hall, her steps are quick, uneven. She's not storming out anymore. She's running from the truth. And for the first time since this began, I feel light. The days that follow feel strangely quiet, not because nothing's happening, but because I'm not the one scrambling anymore. From the outside, I watch it all unravel. The pregnant wife? She leaves him. I know because one of my friends sends me a screenshot of her new post. A photo of a half-packed suitcase. Her caption reading, "Some lies are too heavy to carry into the future." No names, no details. But everyone knows. Her own family, they hear everything. Screenshots of her Instagram story and my tagged post are making the rounds in their group chats. The same aunts who used to gush over her perfect relationship are now sending each other voice notes filled with shocked whispers. Her younger cousin even DMs me saying, "Guess we all know the real her now." She, of course, doesn't disappear quietly. The first message she sends is long. Paragraphs that read like a script she wrote for herself. The first half is an apology. She says she never meant for things to end like this, that she made mistakes but still cared about me. The second half twists the knife. She says I went too far, that by tagging the wife, I destroyed innocent lives, that I should have been the bigger person. I don't reply, not because I don't have anything to say, but because answering her would be like stepping back into quicksand. Every word would just drag me down into her world again, the one where she bends the truth until it fits whatever story she's trying to sell. A few days later, she tries again. This time, it's shorter. We could have fixed this. You didn't have to make it public. I leave it on read. And that's when I realize something important. She's not apologizing because she's sorry. She's apologizing because she's exposed, because the people she needs to believe her don't anymore. Meanwhile, I feel lighter with every day that passes. I'm not rushing into something new, not filling the silence with rebounds or distractions. I'm just living, breathing, sleeping without replaying every lie in my head. I go for runs in the morning again. I answer old friends' texts. I sit at my favorite coffee shop without glancing at my phone every few minutes, waiting for her name to pop up. She's out there somewhere, trying to rebuild, trying to erase the fallout, rewrite the story. But no matter how many new posts she makes, no matter how many smiles she forces for the camera, she can't undo the fact that the truth is out there now, raw, undeniable, permanent. And here's the thing I've learned. The best revenge isn't loud. It's not screaming or breaking things or letting your life burn alongside theirs. It's the quiet exposure. The kind that leaves them standing in the ruins of their own lies, realizing you didn't have to destroy them. They did that all on their own.